Hi guys. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you, as you can probably tell from the lack of books on my shelves and the plethora of books right next to me, I'm going to be sharing some of my absolute favorite book covers. I have done one of these videos in the past, but I thought I'd do it again because there are just so many amazing cover artists out there who create such beautiful covers. And along with that, my own book I am doing a cover reveal for very soon. If you want to see a sneak peek of the cover before anyone else, you can join my newsletter in the link down below in the description bar. But regardless, because I'm going to be doing a cover reveal soon, I thought it would be fitting to chat a little bit about some of the covers that are already in existence that I just think are stunning. So first up, I actually want to start with a naked cover. The particular book would be Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. The regular sleeve cover is nice enough. It's nothing that I particularly love, but I took the sleeve off and I saw the most stunning naked hardback. I don't know what it is about this color blue and this silver and the tree, but I just think, well, first off, don't trees and leaves and all that kind of stuff just scream like book nerd? But I just think the colors are beautiful. I think that the design of the tree itself is so pretty. I love that it kind of shines a little bit. Sticking with the naked hardbacks, I actually want to mention The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which already with its book sleeve, I think this book is really cool. As you will see from a lot of the books on this list, I'm a sucker for white and black on covers with pops of color. But while I really like this hardback, I just think that the cover without the sleeve is so cool. I think I mentioned this particular cover in my last favorites cover video, but I really love the cover of Dividing Eden. This book is about two siblings who get pitted against each other for the throne, and so I love that it's kind of represented by having a throne, and it shows one side is black, one side is white. So I think they not only did a good job of kind of representing what the book is about through the cover, but I just love the color scheme. Next is an entire book series whose covers I love. I really love the covers of the Red Queen series. When you put them all together, they each kind of progress from being a really light bluish green color to being a much darker blue. And with this series, I like that not only does it continuously get darker as the series goes on, but I like that the crowns change on each cover. Alright, I feel like I've been kind of a brat, a little bit of a tease by having all these beautiful Sanderson books over here this whole time and not actually talking about them. I'm not going to show every single one of the UK Sandersons, but I do want to start off by showing Elantris. I love that they picked such a bold green. I, of course, also have to talk about the absolutely stunning Mistborn covers. This is one of my favorite covers. If you've read Mistborn, you know that they have these really cool powers that are based off of ingesting metals, but there's also this city that they're trying to free. I just think they captured all of that so well. Next would be Warbreaker by Sanderson as well. In the series, there's a lot of magic that has to do with color, and they kind of captured that because along the side you can see all these different shades of color, which I think was really smart. They were clever in that they still had one main color that you notice, which would be the purple, but I think it was so smart they included a very subtle hint of other colors in it. And then of course we can't talk about the UK Sandersons without talking about Stormlight Archive. I actually picked my favorite one of the Stormlight Archive covers, which would be the one with am I allowed to say who this is? Probably not. I can't tell you who this is, but if you've read this series, this character is so intriguing and so interesting. Next up is a book that is very much the epitome of simplistic, and that would be The Book Thief. While it's not required for a book to have black and white in order for me to like it, this one definitely fits into that category. It's basically just black and white. It has slight hints of wet look on it. I love the smoky look. I love anytime there's something that looks like it's kind of bleeding or dripping or things like that. And this one has a wet inky look to the font. Since I mentioned liking the smoky effect, I want to also talk about a book whose sleeve I currently don't know where it is, but I'll insert a picture, and that would be The Poppy War. There's really not much to say about this cover that I haven't already said about half of the covers in this video. It's black, it's white, it's got the smoky effect. I don't usually like when there's people on the cover of books, especially when you can see their faces. I'm totally down for a hooded figure and things like that, but the fact that you can see the character is very different for me. I don't usually like that, but I think it was done incredibly well on the cover of this book. Now we're gonna go against everything I just said to you about not liking people on the cover, because the Polish editions of the Witcher series are awesome. With these particular Polish covers, one, they are hardbacks and they're printed right onto the hardback. I always love when that's a thing. I prefer that over a book sleeve because is there anybody who really likes book sleeves? And with these particular Polish covers, I do think that they modeled Geralt, who's the main character of the Witcher series. He's a monster hunter. I definitely think they modeled these images after how he's portrayed in the game, but I don't think that it looks directly like images from the video game necessarily, because the artwork on the American editions, it's actually a little bit of a bummer, because if you look at The Last Wish, there isn't even a dragon in that book, and they have a dragon on the cover. Also, while I've got these totally out of order, when you put them together, they have a map that is shown on all of the spines, which is so cool, and they also spell out Witcher in Polish, which I'm not going to attempt to say because people make fun of me when I do that. Sticking with Polish covers, I have no idea why of all the different countries, Poland was the one that's like, yeah, let's make the coolest, most boss covers for Mistborn ever. But I mean, come on. When I saw pictures of them online, I was like, oh, how do I get these? How do I get my hands on these? Because these are, to use a word that I've used 1,000 times already in this video, so freaking cool. And while I don't want to reveal who's on the cover of that third one for anybody who's not read the series and doesn't want to be spoiled on who lives and who doesn't, I do want to show you guys, this is the second one. I think, once again, I love that the color schemes are similar, but on the first one, I can just go ahead and tell you that this is Vin, and she's one of my favorite characters ever, and they captured her. I don't know if there's a cover out there where Vin looks cooler. I'm gonna calm down now, and I'm gonna show the last edition of Mistborn that I just feel like I have to show in this video. I do have the old school American covers right over there, and I really wanted to show them, but a friend is borrowing the first one. But I had to include the 10th anniversary Final Empire and the Well of Ascension, because these books, once again, the image is printed right on the hardback. I absolutely love that. It was the same for the Polish editions. For any of you that are fans of font-like covers, I think these are a dream come true, because oh my gosh, the font is so gorgeous on this. And while I was just totally freaking out about how cool Vin looked on the Polish covers, I have to say, they made her look pretty sweet on these ones, but in a very understated way. Next up, I do want to mention pretty much any book by V.E. Schwab. We've got the UK editions of The Savage Song and Our Dark Duet. I really do also like the font of these. The premise is kind of interesting and dark, so I think that the kind of darkness of the books is reflected in the font that they picked. Sticking with V.E. Schwab, I have to give a shout out to the, what are these called? What's this series called? The Shades of Magic trilogy. Well, I think each of the individual covers in this series are so cool, black, white with pops of color. I have to really get into the fact that the first one captures the story idea so well. It's about this person named Kel who can go between parallel worlds, and I thought that they did a really clever job of capturing that by showing kind of what looks like a map and then him going between it, and they have the different colors. Next up, I have the cover of Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This particular shade of blue I just think is absolutely stunning, and not only that, but they incorporated a slight misty effect of a various shade of blue into it, so I just think it looks so gorgeous. And I love that depending on how you hold it up in the light, it does have a slight reflectiveness in it. And the last cover I want to mention is one that has a good mix of the things I like, but also something I wouldn't have expected I would like so much, and that would be Warcross by Marie Lu. First off, it's white. I like white, we've established that already, but it's got such a cool range of colors on it that I did not think that I would be that into, but oh my gosh, every time I see this cover I'm like, It also has the drippy effect off of the letters, which we've established also that I really like. Anyway, though, that is it for some of my absolute favorite book covers. I definitely have a few particular traits that I really like in book covers, with the occasional one that just totally breaks the rules. But I am really curious to hear your favorite book covers. Are any of the ones that I mentioned some of your favorites, or are you like, dang, I totally hate your taste in book covers? The cover reveal for my book is going to be happening very soon. If you want sneak peeks into that, you can sign up for the newsletter crew in the link in the description bar down below. That's it though. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.